Hello and namaste. Today, we have with us in this session of School That Cares a person who is a chairman of Childcare and Educational Foundation. We have with us L. Jei Shyam Singh ji. So, please welcome Mr. L. Jei Shyam sir. Welcome, sir.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inviting me in this
Yes, sir.
uh,
We, we
interaction
are
program.
Sure, sir. We are thankful for accepting our invitation. In this series, we invite principals, educators who have contributed towards the school education and they really care for their students, for the parents, and for education. Sir, we would love to know more about you, about your school, about your initiative, and how you have taken this education world in your stride.
Sure, sir. Uh, sir, yes, sir. The Child Care and Education Foundation, we commonly known it as a CCEF. It was established in the year 2011
Okay.
uh, from a very uh, small, manner. So we just started from the kids center with some 30 numbers of small children in a very small room. Because that time people, the young people generations, they want to go in the workplace. And in the meantime, they don't have any other assistants at home to care their children. So they would like to keep started searching the kids centers so that their children's child can be kept there for some time. So we took that initiatives. So and then after that, the parents also encourage us to continue this service upgraded with this upgradation frostings. Means say there is a key, then after that say class nursery, pre-nursery, then KG, like that. They wanted to upgrade this system of informal learning system in this place. That's how we started in the year 2011,
11.
and yes, until till today we have 6 tender. Uh, it is already shifted from the original place because that original place is only very small place which may not be able to accommodate some good number of students. So we have already shifted in other sites and started this school education system up to that 6 standard right now, sir.
I recall that you mentioned that you are from Wangjing city. Tell us something more about your city and how it is, how big it is.
True. Uh, Wangjing, uh, Wangjing is a name in Thobal district of Manipur. It is in the southern part of uh, Manipur. It is located in the valley area and around 27 kilometers away from the capital city Imphal. And it has a uh, 10,000 populations. It is uh, central point here in the valley. It is again located in the along the national highway number 102, which is connecting with this Myanmar road, Myanmar. And interesting thing is Wangjing is something like it sounds like some Chinese, but when you click in Google, then you will find the Guangzhou city in China also. I'm still wondering, we also still wonder how Guangzhou is here in India.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
So let's begin our discussion about how education was affected in COVID. 2019, around March, sometimes
Yes.
almost one and a half year back, we had the strike of the COVID virus, and we had lot of lockdown and everything happening. How did it really affect your school, the work, the students, the parents? Tell us something about that, if you recall.
Okay. Uh, as we understand, the COVID-19 started in India in 2000, uh, February 2000, somewhere there.
Sure.
And uh, normally we have started our this education sessions, academic session from January onwards. And the time when the corona was not coming off, uh, our session was already started in 2000. January 15th was the starting day in our calendar, and
Sure.
then it was continued till 20th March. 20th
Mhm.
March. Then by that time in New Delhi also we also already had this kind of coronavirus pandemic already spreads uh, across the country.
Sure.
We also had some uh, say confusion. How can we continue this school education when such kind of COVID pandemic spreads? So that was the the discussion that we had, with our management committees and teachers also, and parents all the time also started asking how the school classes
Mhm.
could continue.
Sure.
So by that time, the government also already taken decision that all these schools would be closed down. It was prior to that holy festival that in the country. So thereafter, the school order was shut down
Mhm.
till the end, continuously up to the end of this year, that year. So that time we took a decision. We took a decision uh, to do online classes, because state government also encouraged all the schools, colleges to continue this education through online, not only. Otherwise, the student could not go there and just, interact face to face with their children, with their school teachers. So that was the decision that we had taken to uh, do online classes. But here, uh, in Imphal city, where the people, more educated people are residing there, they don't have much problem. But in the rural areas, because our area is in the rural area, uh, uh, where maximum poor population are inhabited, they also don't have much of these technical online sessions,
Sure.
or they don't have this Android mobile phones. They have only small keypads uh, in most
Phone.
cases.
Mm.
And also, if they have this Android mobile phone, they also not in a no position, technically they don't have how to uh, do this online uh, and receive their teaching learning materials. So such kind of technical problems are always
Always
with
there.
us, and that was a big challenges.
True.
And though our school is a uh, just beginner, means having a small number of students,
Mhm.
Around 350 students we had.
Mhm.
But in online classes, only a few students could join in the
Okay.
online classes. Less number in comparing with the total number of the students that we have.
Okay.
So that's how we uh, face such challenges in the beginning, and even the after that the some unlocking process already started by after July onwards, and we thought the state government also considering for reopening of schools and colleges.
Mhm.
Then gradually, reopening of schools started up to the standard of ninth, ninth and 10th up to 11th. So that
Yes.
was the first that they had. But for the lower classes, starting from 1 to 8, they were still not allowed to come in the school.
Okay.
So we had to continue the online club process.
Okay.
So that still that we had problems.
And how did you manage that, all these online classes? Were your teachers trained? What softwares did you use?
Uh, uh, Initially, the time the teachers, they have also have the problems. Operating, they don't know how to download the Zoom and what is the Zoom. No, Zoom and other Google Meets came only up that time. Uh,
No.
uh, yeah, some people or institutions may have already used that one, but for the schools and for our teachers, that was the only some new, uh, uh, technical, one that we started using. So initially, our teachers also had the same problem, but we invited some university that technical, uh, professors also to kindly guide us and joined assisting us to operate all these technical
Technical skills.
systems. So that's how we were getting some technical inputs from these experts.
So,
And then we also monitor, or not monitor, we also imparts training to the nearby parents who are residing in nearby schools.
wonderful. And how did you really help the parents and students to get on board for online? Was that a big challenge? Did you do something that parents invested money, time to get students online?
Uh, yes, that was a big challenge that we actually faced in the school. Uh, as I already informed, told you also that the maximum numbers of students that we had around was around 350. Some 50 numbers of students, joined online
Yeah.
classes. And uh, again, during this COVID, when people are not allowed to go out, and they are not allowing to go out, but they need to uh, take their food, they need their health care, they need all such kind of things for which money is also required. So
Very
in
true.
such situations, when the being a rural area, you see people, the parents normally don't uh, do the admission for children. Only after starting of the sessions, of the class, they gradually started coming school for their children's admission.
Okay.
By that time, so, when the corona spreads, it was already, uh, March, and people also had the apprehension that their children could not send to the school. Why should we then do admission for the children in the school?
Yes,
So
that's
there
also
was
true.
a big financial constraints that we
Mm.
face in the school, and we need to pay off teachers' salary also.
Yes.
So in such situations, when we don't have much of fun in the school, we somehow anyhow try to pay off the salary of the school teachers also.
True.
So that part is a very big challenges, and we also sometimes there are a number of parents also who are really genuinely thinking about the school education, you know. So those parents, they come forward and sometimes give donations of rupees 2,000 or 5,000 or 1,000 sometimes. You see, because they know how the teachers are suffering
True.
for children's education.
That's
So
that's a very heartening thing that parents come up and they give in donations such that the school in your area is working and teachers are not suffering. And that definitely brings about number one priority is education, even from the parents' point of view. Because I've
true,
seen sometimes parents fight for not paying the school fees, but would be paying the Tata Sky bill, telling the children that
yes,
entertainment is more important than education. So
true,
here I
true,
see a very wonderful point which you mentioned, that parents in your city of your school have come up and have even contributed in a sense of helping teachers that they keep continuing their education. That's so
true,
wonderful to hear.
true,
Now,
true.
sir, as COVID is passed through 19 to 2000 to 2021, now the new academic year is starting, yet there is some amount of lockdown, some amount of uncertainty. What now? Are the digital methods going to continue, or what are your views
Yeah.
about this now?
Yes. We had 2020 had gone, and now the new sessions come going on.
Yeah.
See, this time somehow we learned from the past also. Uh, you see, and our teachers somehow, they also had in their mind that at least it is our profession to educate the children's. There is no any other options. So
Sure.
that was the thinking that there is in their mind, and with that, generous ideas, we also collectively, uh, plans something. How can we do our best to, provide the education to the childrens during this COVID pandemic, because it is still continuing. We also do not know how long it will be, going on.
Sure.
So in such situations, we are now uh, say thinking that to provide some technical what is that trainings
Yeah.
by calling our the parents. Some there are number of parents who have already have these the mobile phones, Android mobile phones. So sometimes they complain that I have mobile, but I do not know how to operate
True.
for these online sessions. So there is many agencies coming up to provide uh, this online class
Yep.
in our area also. So in collaboration with these agencies, we are now planning to uh, tied up, no, collaborate with no, these agencies to provide our online classes, direct
Wonderful.
face-to-face interaction with our childrens, and sometimes not only interacting with our childrens, we also include our parents so that we also understand how their children are doing that practicing education there at the home. So that we also learn from the parents. Then after learning all these things, we also improve our way of delivering the
Content.
systems to the children.
Yes. Yes.
So that's how we are planning to do. And uh, since another point is that since most of the parents here in the rural area are economically very poor,
Mhm.
and even we have the challenges like some children wanted to get admission here in the school, but due to lack of financial support and the resources, they are still struggling for admission. So such kind of families are also here in the rural areas.
Well,
So for them, we are still planning to do contact some organizations who are doing some economic upliftment programs in the states
mhm. Mhm.
to at least cover our parents so that their children can be enrolled in the school.
Sure.
Some
Sure.
kind of economic financial support is urgently required for them.
Very much.
So
Very much.
yeah,
Makes sense.
that's how in this line we are still thinking, planning to do that.
Wonderful. It's so glad to hear that you are collaborating with the technical agencies and companies who could bring in that so that education doesn't stop. And again, this is why we call you as the person of a school that cares, because you're caring for the parents, that those economically non-viable parents, if we could get some support for them so that they could buy some devices or have some internet or something so that their children can keep learning, makes
Yeah.
you, sir, the person who cares. Sir, concluding towards the interview, do you have some message for other educators, the other parents who would be watching this video?
Yes. My simple message is, sir, we are going to survive along with these COVID pandemics. We do not know, how long it will be going to do. So we need to at least survive.
Sure.
We need to understand what is COVID-19, how we can uh, live together. You see, but here we cannot meet this unseen virus. We are still fighting with this unseen virus.
Sure.
However, we need to think over with the spreading of this, COVID-19. So on the other hand, also we cannot stop our education, children's education. So how can we do our best for continuation of our children's in future too? We need to think over that. And
Sure.
sometimes some people are thinking that yes, what to do? COVID is still continuing. We cannot send to. We cannot. We are not able to send their children to schools and online classes. What is that? It doesn't make sense. Such kind of some parents are also
Thinking.
here. So we need to motivate the parents also, so that the rights of their children to education could be achieved. So this is So my message again is to the parent is that at least, please, at least think of for their children at least to continue their education. Without this education, we cannot also survive. So this is my message.
Wonderful. So to the point, you mentioned that yes, education is important, surviving is the basic thing of it, and we need to take efforts to keep our children being educated, and that's the right of the children. And we as a
Yes,
generation have to take efforts to get this done.
true,
Wow.
sir. Thank you. Yeah.
So this was so wonderful talking to you, Mr. Jel Shyam Singh ji, from Manipur, from that corner of India where many of us
Yes.
would want to visit and have not visited. And
Yeah.
this is how we connect people, educators across the country, right? With more people to join in on this journey of school that cares, we take leave from Mr. Jelshyamji. Thank you for being a part of this journey, sir. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your kind uh, uh, this platform.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.